Welcome to the InHer Circle podcast with MsHoliness, bringing you a dose of inspiration from the ground to greatness, starting now.
Welcome. This is the InHer Circle podcast premiere. This is episode 1 entitled How It Started versus How It's Going. Hello, all of you wonderful people of purpose. So this is MsHoliness, and I have here today as a special guest for our premiere, Akilah Robinson. Happy to have you on. I'm glad that you could join us. Yes. So this is the fabulous Akilah Robinson. She's an actress and a writer. And she stopped by to give us a dose of inspiration to kind of inspire those who are coming behind her, because she's a trendsetter and she's paving a way for other actresses and writers in the industry. So essentially, who is Akilah Robinson?
I am an entertainer.
Okay.
I'm an actress. I do sing. I'm a singer, and I'm also a writer and a producer too.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Yes. So you have a lot of stuff under your belt. Tell us a little
Yes.
bit more about what your motivating factor was for acting.
Well, I kind of motivated myself when I was younger, so I used that as an inspiration. When I was a little girl, I was always a dreamer. I always dreamed of entertaining, being on television, and I even used to entertain my family members. So, you want to hear me sing my ABCs and
Yes.
just quick to jump out there. Even when I was 11 years old, I sang at the Apollo Theater.
Oh, wow.
I was the only child, and here I am on stage, singing a Whitney Houston song and actually won second place. So,
And you weren't
it was
afraid? You weren't afraid at all?
I mean, that's the thing. I still get afraid now, but
Oh,
I
wow.
feel like I have a purpose and I have a passion.
Okay.
And I don't care how scared I get, I'm still going to face those fears. That's what you have to do to get ahead in this world.
Yes, I love it.
You
I
know?
love it. I love it.
Absolutely.
All right. So over the years, developmentally, what is your process when getting prepared for a role?
Well, when I get prepared for a role, first of all, I have to read the script.
Okay.
So I read the script to get a good idea of what world I'm in, because when you're acting, you have to know the world that you're in to make it as real as possible. You also have to get an idea of who the character is that you're talking to, your relationship to the character,
Okay.
and what you want from that character. So all that information sort of guides you through the scene, and it makes it as real as possible, because if you're talking to your mother, you're going to say a line different than when you're talking to a child.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you have to make it make sense. That's the first thing that I do. I also do physical exercises like neck rolls, maybe
okay.
some shoulder rolls.
I can get into that.
Yes.
Yes.
And then also, there's different mouth exercises to loosen up your jaws and things like that, because a lot of times there are scenes or scripts where you have some tongue twisters. So you have to prepare yourself, An example of that would be to say your ABCs really fast.
Let me hear it.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Wow, that was
just
amazing.
Doing things like that sort of prepares you.
Wow.
Because it's just like doing exercise. You don't just go to the gym and just sprint 6 miles. You have to warm up. You have to stretch.
Yeah.
So it's the same scenario when you're acting.
Yes. I like that. That was impressive, though. I've never seen anybody do that before, in all of my life. I know that you were featured on TV once for My Man, child. For My Man. So let's talk about that entire process. And essentially, how was that? How did you get ready for that? Because those are some pretty crazy, serious roles.
Yes. So I specifically remember one audition that I had, and at the time when I was on For My Man, we had auditions in the office, so it wasn't any of that virtual stuff.
Okay.
So you had to just get in there and really be prepared and know what you were going to do. So when I read the script, automatically, and this is an acting technique, it's called substitution.
Okay.
When you read a script, you read what you're reading, you see what the relationship is to the person that you're doing the scene with, and you substitute that person with somebody that you know, or somebody that you're familiar with. So for my audition, I had to pretend that, I was in a relationship with somebody and he was cheating on me, and I got really upset about it. All I had to do was think about my ex,
Oh
and
my
I,
goodness.
I was, I was in there like swimwear.
Yes. I love that. I love that. Yeah, so we're
So,
we're just going to take a quick little break right now, and we'll
mhm.
be back in a sec.
And now a word from our sponsors. Nerd Boy Rich Clothing for your hottest urban streetwear. MHW Creations, servicing all your literary needs. And Ace the Weave Doctor, hair extensions done right. For sponsorship opportunities, inquire within. And now back to the program.
All right, so yes, that was a word from our sponsors, and we are here again with the awesome and amazing Akiba Robinson. So we're just going to pick back up where we left off, and we were just talking about her For My Man episode that she did. Now, did you just do one episode, or was it like a
I
series?
I did a series of them. I mean, not
Wow.
necessarily, I did different ID channel shows, not just For My Man, but a couple of others.
Okay, what were some of the
So
other ones that you did?
I did For My Man. I did Evil Twin.
Oh, wow.
So so that was a pretty good one. It was an episode where I was the wife of one of the twins, but then the evil twin brother came and like slipped in my bed, and I
Whoa.
thought it was my husband. So I turned around, I'm like, honey, oh, who
Like, what's going on here? Like,
yes,
yes,
yes. So,
yes.
it's my passion. So I just love doing it. That's all I think about. I sleep it, I dream it, I breathe it. I
Yes.
mean, that's just me. And that's how you have to be when you're an actor or an actress, because it is
Mm-hmm.
a very hard career.
Yeah.
You get 200 no's before you get one yes.
Oh,
And
wow.
sometimes it could be discouraging, but you just have to keep pushing.
And then I think you have like the perfect personality, like so full of life. You know what I mean? Like you
Oh,
really bring a lot of personality to the stream. Like even here, while talking to you here on a podcast, like I can feel your personality. It's really
thank
vibrant
you.
and lively. So, yeah, you're welcome.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, you are so welcome. So not only are you an actress, but you also mentioned that you write, you sing, and do a plethora of things such as producing. So I would like to hear a little bit more about you as a writer. Like what sort of writing have you done?
Um, the writing that I'm doing now is completely different from the writing that I started 6 years ago. Six
Okay.
years ago, I did write and produce a couple of shorts,
Mhm.
but that's as far as that I got.
Okay.
Right now, I'm under a mentorship program with Tressa Azarel.
Oh yeah,
So
that's Tressa. Yes.
yes, yes. So since getting into that mentorship program, I've written an entire script. I'm
Yes.
working on another one. It's a movie script. I'm working on another one. I'm halfway done with that. And I also have 3 treatments under my belt.
Okay, that's
So
great.
yes, yes. So as a writer, I think that I'm just more inspired to write now because I've had so many years of auditioning and being in front of the camera. I now want to see what it is to be behind the camera
Like what it
and
feels
to
like.
create
Yeah.
and create on my own,
Okay.
And as I mentioned before, being an actress is very hard. So sometimes, you just want to create something for yourself. And
Okay.
that way you can put your own self in your own films. You don't have to wait on anybody.
So you see yourself going into producing like full time in the future? Is that something that?
I would love to produce full time in the future, but one thing I know is that I'm going to be one of those characters because
Yes.
I still like being in front of the camera.
Yes, for sure, for
So
sure. I think that would
yes,
be awesome too. Like I always love to
yes,
see people write themselves into their stories. So I think that'll
yes,
be
yes,
great. Yep.
absolutely.
So, like as a creative, what was one of the most out of the box concepts that you've ever brought to life? Even to include anything that you're, doing now, working on now. Like,
Out of the box concepts, this was kind of a challenging question for me. I had to really think about this one.
okay,
But if I had to say one thing, it was about 6 years ago, I wrote a short, and the
okay.
entire short was based on passing gas.
What?
Yes.
Flautist? It was based
Actually,
on
the,
flautist.
the name of the short film is called Astritis. So
Astritis.
basically, Astritis, yes.
Okay.
And you can see it on my IMDb page. But
Okay.
it was basically, I was a doctor, and it was about a man. He couldn't figure out what was going on with him. He came into the office passing gas
Oh
and
my goodness. He was impacted, sorely impacted.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. So that was really fun to put together because I do have a comedic side as well,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
I love to make people laugh. So it was really really fun to do it, and it was crazy. I
Yeah,
had a
like you
great
would have
time.
to be like some comedic relief of sorts to even be able to reach people in acting. So
Right,
I could see that.
exactly.
I could definitely see that. Also, were you impacted negatively at all by the pandemic, like as far as your career and having constant work and things like that?
I would have to say that I think everyone was affected negatively in some type of way because it was a time of uncertainty.
Yes.
Nobody really knew what was going to happen. People were getting sick, people were dying.
Yeah.
So, naturally, I kind of stepped back from everything,
Oh yeah.
you know. But at the same time,
Mhm.
I kind of managed to turn those negatives into positives because that gave me just being home, everything being online, that gave me the opportunity to connect with a wider scale of people.
Oh
So
yeah.
during the pandemic, I was able to get my New York manager,
Oh, that's
so
great.
yeah, I didn't have representation for a long time, and I met her online just doing classes.
Okay.
And at that time, they had a lot of different. They didn't. I wasn't really on Clubhouse at that time, but at that
Mhm.
time, there were a lot of managers like just on Instagram saying, "Hey, I'm giving this class," or I'll be talking to some creators, I'll be talking to some actors and actresses, and I used that to my advantage. I would jump on, put myself out there. I might do a monologue, and just follow up. That's the one thing in acting. Follow up because the connections that you have and the people that you know,
Mhm.
that'll get you ahead.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's what I did. I connected with a lot of casting directors, Leah Daniels Butler,
Oh wow.
um, uh, who else? I can't even think right now,
But
but
you're
just
well
a lot of
connected in
people.
industry anyway. Like you're already really well connected. So
I am, but I would say during the pandemic, it got better.
it got far
I
more
got
better.
even more connected.
So that
Yeah,
that
because
worked
I,
out
I
for
use
you.
that. Yes, I definitely use that time to my advantage to reach
Yes.
out and connect with more people
Yes. So that
across the
worked out.
country.
Yes.
hmm
So you mentioned Clubhouse. Let's segue over there for a minute. How is Clubhouse? Like I haven't really employed it.
Well, honestly, I haven't either.
Okay.
I hear that it's really good, but I don't really use it that much myself either. I
Yeah.
probably need to start.
You and me both, girl. Like I'm gonna mosey
Yeah.
on over there at a point. Yes, I'm gonna mosey over. But I'm just glad that everything panned out to be good for you and that there was some light at the end of the tunnel despite what the country was experiencing through the pandemic. Even though we all were a bit uncertain about different things, it seems
Right.
like you caught your footing and you got ahead of the curve and were able to make some really great connections even amidst difficult times. So that's always a
Right.
plus. That's
Right.
always a plus.
Absolutely. Yes.
All right, so here and we're inspiring the people to a degree, and I know that you all are enjoying Akiba here. And again, we're just really happy to have you here. This is all inspiring, and the next question kind of segues over into that. If you had to give a word of advice to aspiring actors, actresses, writers, singers, creatives, period, what would it be in terms of pursuing your goals?
I would say to be persistent
Yes,
and consistent.
yes.
Like you have to stay in the game. It's not an easy role, but you have to constantly break down those barriers and just
Mm-hmm.
stick with it. And eventually something's going to happen. I mean, I've been in this game for a long time. I was in the game earlier on, like when I was younger, but I came back in about 8 years ago.
Okay.
And it's taken me 8 years to even get a manager.
But in
So
eight
it's a
years, you made like a lot of headway.
Yes, I have, but it's a gradual thing.
Yeah.
And also be prepared
Yes.
because you never know when you'll meet that person. You never know when you'll meet that casting director. So
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're an actor and actress, have a monologue prepared already. You
Yes.
never know. They may be like, "What do you have?" Try to get your reel together. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't have a headshot, get your headshot.
Yes.
So those things are very important when you want to act, because without those things, it's like trying to go on a job interview with no resume. You
Yeah, of
know?
course. Yeah, that's so
Yeah,
true. Because what do they say? Stay ready so that you have to get ready. Like always, just be
exactly.
ready, be on go.
Exactly.
Yep.
Right.
And now this is just a hot button topic. Okay, it's the last question that we have for this
Uh-huh.
evening. So I've been seeing a lot of women, okay, all over social media, taking the initiative to take a knee, and not for
Mhm,
prayer. Okay.
mhm,
They are
mhm,
out here taking
mhm.
a knee and they are proposing to men. What say ye
Okay.
on the matter? I think it is totally très bizarre, but I'm open
Mhm,
to other opinions. So, what is your
mhm.
opinion on this stance here?
Well, this is kind of a touchy subject because everybody has their own opinion, and this is
Yeah,
just my opinion. I wouldn't do it.
me either.
I'm a very traditional type of person.
Hmm.
I believe in a woman playing a woman's role and a man playing a man's role. That's just me. Not saying I'm gonna bow down and be a slave to a man, but just, just doing the womanly things, things around the house.
Hmm.
And I don't mind a man catering to me either.
Yeah, like I think
But
we're pretty much the same. Like we like to be
mm-hmm.
catered to, spoiled, treated
Yes,
fairly, nicely, be respected.
yes,
Commendable men. You treat them nice. You may do special things for them occasionally. Buy
yes.
them little gifts and little, show appreciation. But getting down on a
Hmm.
knee with a ring or going anywhere with a ring for a man, it's just not going to happen. It's just
Exactly.
not going
And
to happen.
everybody's different. So, I guess it just depends on the dynamic of your relationship,
Yeah.
also. But I've just always been the type to, like, even if I go out, I'm not gonna approach a man. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have the man approach me,
Yeah. Like you would
you
drop a little
know?
something out there, like switch past someone. Just let them know
Yes,
you in the room. Put your little freakum
yes.
dress on because you look, girl. Go out there with your stuff on so that they can see you. Say, I got this Coke bottle over here and I'm trying to get caught. You want to sip?
Yes,
You want to sip?
exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
But,
but
like I said, each his own. I'm not gonna down anybody who chooses
yeah,
to do
no.
that. If that's what they want to do, that's their life, that's their choice,
Yeah.
and I wish them the best.
Yeah, that's what I do. I just always wish people well. Just for me, it would be like Trey Bizarre, just because of how I was raised and how I feel a
Hmm.
man should ascertain authority in a relationship. So, like you said, it's
Yes.
not that you're going to be like a slave to a man, but you're going to serve your man in an excellent way and be it, his
Hmm.
helpmeet, build with him, alongside him.
Yes.
But he has to take
Right.
the initiative to be the leader in the marriage and the relationship and the anything that we have together. That's even in my
Yes.
friendships. If I'm in a friendship with the male, I like for him to take the initiative to be the leader and make some
Yes.
decisions often,
Yeah.
okay?
We're
So,
we're old school. We're old
yeah.
school. you know.
Yeah. But I thank you so much for coming on here. You were very inspiring. I knew you would be. I was like, I got to get Akiba on here. 'Cause I feel like she going to have something to give to the people. And when she leave off of this podcast and when they leave off of here from hearing her, they're going to feel really inspired. If they do want to be an actress, an actor, a writer, whatever, I felt like your story was going to be the story to catapult them and get them to that next level that they need to be at. To
Okay.
kind of take their life from the ground to good, from good to great, and from great to greatness. So that we can see
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
soar likewise in this season and become everything that they have been purposed to be.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you for having me. I enjoyed myself.
Yes, you are so welcome. I hope to have you back again in the future.
Anytime.
So if you would like to connect with Akiba Robinson, you can do so on Instagram at Akiba, that's Akiba Robinson, actress, and also on Facebook at Akiba Robinson, actress, as well as on Twitter at Akiba Robinson. Thank you for joining me for the premiere of the InHer Circle podcast with MsHoliness. That concludes episode 1. I look forward to you coming to join me for the next episode where I aspire to lift you higher.